Um, Long time no see. Um, Things were a little different, obviously. So, I'm at school. I've been on campus for, what is it? Close to a month, kind of. Um, Going to school during a pandemic is very weird, but also I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'm in my room like what 80% of the time. For one, by choice. Two, because I only have like a couple in person, but it's staggered. So like, I might not be in person in this class for like 2 weeks, but then I'll have one day during another week where I have to go and sit. But so yeah, like I'm usually either in my room or at work, and I only work twice a week, so it's not like a big of a deal. Um, yeah, it's just and like I go to a big school, like it's the campus is huge. There's a lot of people here, like not even counting the people who don't live on campus. Like the people who live here is a lot. So so I'm used to like rush hour hours. I'm used to like long lines at the food places because I work at one of the food places. So like I'm just used to seeing like lunchtime, dinner rush, and it's not that anymore. And it's strange because I'm so used to that, but at the same time, I'm like a hermit, so I kind of don't mind. Like it's easier for me, like my job, because I just have to give like this one person food, and then there's like a 45-minute like gap between the next customer because there's like yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's just empty. Like it's quiet, a lot more quiet. Um, and just very spaced out. Like not even thinking about the social distance measures that we have to be under. Like even with that, yeah, there's just not a lot of people around. I guess because I mean, like me, people's classes are probably either fully online or like staggered where you come one day, don't come the next week, stuff like that. So I don't know, just there's it's hard to explain unless you're going through it too, or maybe if you know someone going through it, like if you're not in college, or if you don't live on campus. Um, I'm just like super grateful to have my own room because as you can see, I can personalize it. I'm by myself. I like being by myself. Clearly, um, I've had an obsession with plants. These are just three. There's one behind me. And I have an entire windowsill right here full of plants. My phone is sitting on a plant. Like, there's a whole row behind my phone. And I have like 5 plants coming in the mail soon. So I don't know where I'm gonna fit all of these. This one right here is a rubber tree or like a Ficus elastica, but it's called a rubber tree. Like they're not kidding. It's a tree. Like it's gonna it's gonna grow really tall. I don't know how I'm gonna grow it in here, but I'll figure it out when I get there. This right here is I don't know the breed because my friend stole it from me because she knows I love elephant ears. So she stole it off of someone's property. Long story, but I'm basically having to regrow it myself because it died because it was in the ground. So when you take a plant from the ground where it started from and you put it in a pot, you're gonna get transplant shock. So one of the really beautiful big leaves passed away. So now I'm stuck with this little baby one, but then the baby had a baby, and now the baby's having a baby. So I'm regrowing it. It's slow, but it's happening. And then this one is one of the many caladiums that I have. I love caladiums. Anyway, so I want to do a plant tour, like when all my plants get here, because I have some really interesting ones coming. Like my favorites are like the alocasia and like elephant ear family. Like, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with them, but I love elephant ears. And I kind of like Monsteras. I just ordered another one, but I don't know what it is with me and elephant ears. Like, I love them so much. And so I have like interesting ones coming. It's just that they're babies, so like I'm gonna grow them, but they're like plants that get big. So if for some reason our school doesn't kick us off campus, even though we have almost 1,000 cases per week, if they don't kick us off campus, then I'm gonna have to figure out how to grow a bunch of plants here. I mean, I love it. It's just kind of funny to me. Like, all my friends think I have a problem, which I kind of do because I have an obsessive personality. Like, once I find something, I latch onto it. Like, I will wring out every ounce of interest that I have in it. I won't stop. Like, I think I moved in with maybe like 5 plants. Like, I only had 5. I didn't have a lot. Now I have almost 30, and it's been like 3 weeks. So yeah, I have a very bad obsessive personality. Um, it like I just become fixated on things, and once I find out that I like this thing, I'm gonna go 1,000%. And sometimes I lose interest, and sometimes like I feel like with this I won't lose interest because like it's just growing life. Like, that's so cool to me. Like, I grew this elephant ear right here. Like, that's one of the new leaves that like I think bloomed last week. So yeah, like that's like cool. Like, I'm growing something, and I haven't killed anybody yet. I almost did. Actually, the plant that my phone is sitting on, I almost killed it because I couldn't figure out what it wanted. And I think I have to repot it because the soil that it came in was dry and it doesn't hold on to water well. So when I water it, it goes straight through the pot and it doesn't hold. So it's always like dehydrated basically. But I watered it yesterday and it perked up. So yeah, I'm on a plant journey. But I'm gonna film everything once all of it comes in because I really do like them. And which kind of ties into antidepressant update. So I've been on pills for about a month and some change now. The side effects are insane. Like, I was I was so sick one week. I knew nausea was common, but I have never been that nauseous in my life. Like, imagine being bloated 24/7 along with feeling like you're about to throw up but it won't come out. Like, imagine that feeling, but for like 4 days straight. And then it got to the point where it would wake me up at night. Like, I would try to sleep through it, like take them at night instead of in the morning. And no, like my stomach would wake me up, and I would just have to sit there and suffer through it basically. So yeah, that was really bad. I've lost a lot of weight. Like, you can't tell because I'm wearing a big shirt, but like I'm skinnier. All my friends, my mom, my hairstylist, they said I look skinnier because my appetite is gone. Like, I only eat one meal a day. I snack still, but like I just don't have the desire to eat. And like when I do get hungry, it's like I'll sit there and just be hungry. But then I'll eat eventually, but like I'm not in a rush to eat. So like sometimes I'll just sit and be hungry. And like a lot of the times I won't eat until like 2 p.m. Like, it's crazy. So I've lost weight. I mostly see it up here, like if I didn't have like this on, you could see it more, like my bones and my legs. I've lost weight in. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. And I sleep horribly now. Like, I already didn't sleep well before, but now it's bad. Like, I can't fall asleep. Like, I get sleepy at like 9 o'clock, but I wake up during the night. My dreams are insane. That's a whole other thing. But overall, like, I feel more lively. It's crazy. Like, when I started realizing that they're working, that's when this happened. Like, that's when I started to love plants. That's when I just felt more just alive, I guess. It's hard to explain. Like, one of my other friends who's also on antidepressants, he said that he can see it. Like, he sees a difference in me. I kind of don't see it on the outside. I feel like it's more mental, like internal. Like I just feel more stable, like emotionally stable. And I've never had that in my entire life until I decided to get these. So, yeah, it's different, but it's a good different. And even my psychiatrist says that she can see it in a way. So, yeah, it's a journey. I mean, I still need a therapist because even though my mind is more stable, I like I don't get suicidal thoughts as often as I used to, but I still kind of get them. And it's a weird mix of like when you're on antidepressants, like for me personally, I don't feel emotionless. I just feel more stable, but at the same time, I don't feel things as intensely as I used to. Like if I was sad, I was sad. Like if I'm having a bad day, oh my god, I will wish that I had the courage and the urge to live out my bad thoughts, if you know what I mean. So, but now if I do get sad, it's not as intense, but I still like wholeheartedly believe that life is okay. Like that's all I can like okay. Like it still doesn't excite me. I don't know. It's a weird feeling like you're stable in your mind, but life as a concept and as a whole and like to keep living and to keep seeing it through is still just like a big okay, like I have to do this, like that type of thing, like oh I have to do this, I don't want to do this but I know I have to, kind of like that feeling. And it is also made worse because I graduate next year, hopefully manifesting that I'll still like I'll get into the school that I want to for grad school for this time next year. But next spring slash summer I'll be out of undergrad. And I don't know what I want to do at all. I thought I wanted to be a vet, like a veterinarian. I don't. Not anymore. So I don't know what I want to do. I have no clue. And it's annoying because I'm always someone where I plan ahead for everything. I know what I'm about to do. I know the steps I'm going to take to do this thing. And now it's just the question mark. So yeah, I think that's my biggest trigger is the fact that I always have it together, but out of nowhere I just don't anymore. So I think that's my biggest dilemma. But I'm stable. So yeah. Life is good, but it's also just a big womp. Well, probably because we're in a pandemic, can't take off from anything because that's just how America works. But that's a whole other thing. So yeah, I felt the urge to record today because I like seeing my journey through a visual step. My first video was me talking about how I don't see the point in life, which I still kind of feel that way, but like I'm not in that dark hole, if that makes sense. So in a way, I have gotten better. So I think that's good. But obviously, recovery is a long way to go. It's only been a month. I still don't have a therapist. I have a psychiatrist, but I don't have a therapist. But yeah. Thanks for listening to me blab if you made it this far. But yeah.